Hello, I'm Dr. Harper. This video is in Management of Operations Project Instructions. So let's bring up the instructions. The project is designed to conduct independent research on a topic related to this course. Projects are designed for each student to conduct research on a topic related to the course, and project deliverables are an individually composed report on the details of research findings and an individual presentation on a summary of research findings. Again, I want to emphasize that the report is the details. The presentation is just a summary. Guidelines for the project topic. Here's 4 main ones in general, suggested guidelines. First, we have a topic related to the course. Next, a topic beyond this course that is not specifically covered in this course, such as going deeper than the level of rigor in this course or going broader than the techniques in the course. What I mean by this, I don't want you to report a lecture that I did. Don't say what I did. Do some research and do something different. 3, an appropriate case study of material in this course. A case study where this material has been applied. That would be appropriate. But most important, a topic of interest to you. So I want this project to be an opportunity to research something that you would find interesting, to go deeper in or to learn about, and then write a report on it and give a presentation on it. Course topics come from the forecasting, linear programming, aggregate planning, inventory, MRP, ABC inventory classification, scheduling, process control charts. Those are the topics. There's more suggested topics provided on the website, mdharper.com. So let's go to that website, mdharper.com. And so that if we go to that real quick, we go to mdharper.com. Whoops, it needs to be MD Harper. Gotta say it right. There we go. Under Operations Management, down at the bottom of my website, there it is, Project List A. I have forecasting that goes into judgment forecasting, RIMA modeling, nonlinear graphical, business process management. I don't cover that. I do cover it in scheduling, but process management and queuing theory, analytics more, sustainability. Some people are into sustainability. You could do sustainability. That's a great topic within operations. Quality management. I just did process control charts. There's a lot more around quality management. Project management. Project management is another topic that would be very good to research. Supply chain management is another topic where operations is a subset of supply chain management. Project List B goes a little bit deeper, different things. For example, professional organizations where you can be certified in different areas. Now at this point, some people do this, and then they can say what jobs are related to these different areas. And I have APICS, which is more inventory research planning, sales and operations planning, which is like aggregate planning. Here's forecasting and quality control. Then there's more forecasting techniques, where these are much more applied in some cases and theoretical in others. And then optimization techniques. For example, I mentioned goal programming down here. Well, this is a text just on goal programming if people are interested. A very, very popular topic in operations. And then manufacturing planning and control. This is the bigger picture of MRP and ERP and SNOP. It's a bigger picture of just planning and control. And then finally, an executive approach, top-down approach to sales and operations planning or aggregate planning. So here's some just more suggested topics that you can go into, something you're interested in. The project instructions on submission, a little bit more detail. First, again, project is designed to conduct independent research on a topic related to the course. Now, what I mean by independent research is don't just copy from someone else. You actually learn and do some learning on your own. Each student is required to conduct independent research. Say it again. The deliverables from each student are an individual report and an individual presentation. Each student must have a different project. Now, you can be on a similar subject, but a different project. No two people do the same thing. The project grade is 10% on the presentation, 90% on the report. Now, the originally composed individual report shall demonstrate a student's knowledge of the research and an ability to effectively communicate the knowledge appropriate to a business professional. So it's not an academic lecture. It's an information, white paper information to a business professional, a colleague, or a client. Each individual report must be unique, which means you don't copy from someone else. The length of the report should be more than 2 pages, and follow the guideline of succinct but adequate. Now, what I mean by succinct but adequate, in business, don't go on and on and on, usually, in the public sector. It must be very succinct, to the point, but adequate enough to make your point. The length must be long enough to adequately present your work effectively. But it's considered a negative if too long and content is not really significant. Submit the completed individual report, only through Canvas as a PDF file on or before the due date and time. Each report may only be submitted once, may only be submitted as a complete report, not Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Phase 1, Phase 2, and must be submitted by the due date and time. A report not submitted has a grade of 0. No late reports are accepted. Each student is required to submit original material for their individual report. Although collaboration is encouraged to conduct research, collaboration does not include copying from another student or allowing a student to copy from you on individual work that is submitted. Now, what I mean by collaboration, and you should get used to this in business, you're going to learn from other people. What do you think of this? What do you think of this? Get some information. But when you write your report, it's your report, and you might have gotten information or learned from other people or directions from other people, but it's your report. It's what you want to say. Submit your report through Canvas as a PDF file. Do not use a cover page, but use the title below on the first page where you supply the information. So you have your title, that's line 1, and say, individual report submitted as a partial fulfillment of requirements for the Management of Operations course in University College of Denver. That's the second and third lines. Put your name there, fourth line, and then put the date, fifth line. Every report should have those 5 lines. And then you start your content. The project presentations are presentations on a topic consisting of a summary, and I want to emphasize summary, of each student's research. Each person is required to present a summary of their research. Each person will be limited to approximately 2 minutes of presentation time. Now, some people say 2 minutes is not to talk about everything I did. That's right. That's why it's limited to 2 minutes. You're not supposed to talk about everything you did, only a summary of the important points, important takeaways, or conclusions. For each individual presentation, do not read your report or cover detail in your report, but present a general overview of significant findings from your report. I want to emphasize that because in the past people have just sat there and read the report for 10 minutes. So don't do that. That's not a presentation. The individual report contains detail, but the presentation merely contains significant findings. Communicate content appropriate to the objectives expected within the mode of communication, and that is detail for the report, summary for the presentation. So that represents the project instructions and for suggested topics and how to do it and format. And so again, I want to emphasize what's of interest to you, something you'll be interested in to research. I'm pretty broad in what you do, so do something that's going to be fun to do, and consider this an opportunity to learn on your own. So I hope this helps. Between now and the next time I see you, I want to urge you, take care.